Hi families, my name is Dana Baltudas and I'm the director of My Therapy House and a speech pathologist here. I just wanted to go through our client service agreement with you. This is a document that we share with all families before we start services, and then when the client has a new NDIS plan, we then make up a new agreement. So what I've done just to help out, I've put together a little PowerPoint about client service agreements. So first of all, what is a client service agreement? This is an official document which outlines the way we work and the way we service our clients, as well as the right of the client and the rights of the service provider, which in this instance is My Therapy House. It ensures the services provided are transparent. So we just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. And it also protects both the client and the service provider from any unexpected surprises. So we really encourage all families to read the client service agreement carefully before they start services with us, to ensure they have understood the information provided, so then everybody is on the same page. And if you have any questions, just ask us either during session, by calling us, or by emailing us. So who needs a client service agreement? All clients engaging with My Therapy House need a client service agreement to ensure their rights are protected and that they know how we work at My Therapy House. At My Therapy House, we write client service agreements before the client starts services, as well as when the new NDIS plans are generated. So that's usually every 12 months. We ask clients to sign the client service agreement as soon as possible to ensure they know that we know that you have understood our terms of service, and also that we know that we are all working from the same page. So our service agreement, although it's one signature, it does comprise of 4 parts. So the first one is the service agreement document. The next is the client's development plan document. The next is our client policy statement and complaints and feedback statement. And then there's an e-form, which means it's a digital form, which we ask you to sign, which indicates you've read and understood all of the above 3 documents. So I'm just going to quickly go through each of the documents. So we're going to start with the service agreement document. So what does it have in there? It outlines who the agreement is between, so that's us and the client, the date of the agreement. We've got some definitions in there, so the definition of client, what we mean by services, and also how we handle fees. So if you are self-funded, or if you're self-managed, or if you're NDIS plan managed or agency managed, that's all outlined in the agreement. As well as that the My Therapy House staff are mandatory notifiers. Also, what we do have in the service agreement document is we want to ensure that we are the right service for the clients. So we outline what that means. We outline what co-treatment or co-therapy means. We outline what continuity of services means. Our cancellation policy, our complaints policy, the way we communicate, a disclaimer, our video and photo policy, something about the information and goods and services tax, and also how we change or end the service agreement. So there is a big list of provider responsibilities in the agreement document, as well as participants' rights and responsibilities. Okay. So the next document is the client's development plan. So that will come after the child has been assessed. So what is a development plan? Basically, it's a pathway where it shows how we will work together to achieve the client's or the child's goals for the next 12 months. And also it talks about how the participant or client was involved in developing the development plan, and also it states the participants' details as well as the provider details, some background information, and how we communicate about the plan. The child's or client's development plan also outlines the plan dates and goals. So we really write to the first two short-term goals that the NDIS have provided to you after your meeting with the NDIS. Then we look at the strategies and measures that we're going to use and sub-goals under each of those two short-term goals. We also have a table in there that looks at the cost of a therapy to families. So we try not to say this is how much it's going to be, but we'd rather families have a look and see what the cost is. You know, if they're having weekly sessions, if they're having single weekly, double weekly, fortnightly, monthly, and then they can work it out according to their child's budget. We also outline cost of any additional assessments, how much that would be. And also we understand that sometimes the NDIS funding can't cover everything. So we have put in there about some Medicare funding schemes available to the client. And then there's always, this document needs to be signed by the provider, which is us, and the participant. The next document that we have in our agreement suite is the client policy statement and complaints and feedback statement. So these two statements basically outline the first one, which is the client policy statement, is just a list of client policies that we have made. Now, if clients would like some more information about these policies, we can provide them the actual policy, but we have got a little summary of what each policy is. And then also definitely our complaints and feedback policy or pathway, which is very important because we really like to get feedback about how we are servicing your family, your child, the client, and if there's anything we need to change, make better, or basically do something different. And then we've got the signed e-form. So this indicates that the participant has read and understood all of the information in the agreement. And this is a signed form online. So when our admin people send you the agreement, you'll go through all these documents, and then at the end you just basically sign the agreement online, submit and send it back to us, and then we give you a copy. Well, I hope that's helped with understanding about our agreement. I know it's a very lengthy document and it seems like there's a lot of reading in it, but it is very, very important because it just shows how we work, what we think about when we are servicing the client, and also what our responsibilities are and what we expect from the client as well. So we can really ensure that the child is on their best path to development. Thanks for listening.